as long as you're not at your wit's end. As long as you're not in a position where if you don't take this decision, the consequences will be unbearable, by all means. And at this time, where it seems like anything you put on the table of the governor of Rivers State, he would take, this might be the best time for the APC to, hey, there's a lot happening over here. It's better on this side of life. We don't have the kind of problems that the PDP has, even though you personally have bigger problems. Come to this side. We're not fighting over who's the national secretary here. So the APC says they're looking to woo the governor. And many people have speculated that one of the conditions that may have been given to the governor is that he defects to the ruling party. Time will tell. We can't tell yet because we're not in the room. But they've said it, and that means conversations are happening in the background. Eventually, we'll get to find out what is and isn't. After the break, we talk about the police advising women to flee from toxic relationships. Stay with us.
The show
We're going from the APC targeting Fubara and 4 other governors to the Rivers State Police Command urging women to walk away from toxic relationships in the interest of their safety. The command spokesperson, SP Grace Iringa-Koko, gave the advice in an interview with correspondent Emeka Otsuka while reacting to the seemingly growing number of gender-based violence cases across the state. At least 6 women have been beaten or killed in Rivers State this month, an incident that sparked public outrage and went viral online. SP Iringa-Koko emphasizes that no woman should remain in any relationship where she's subjected to assault, battery, or any form of inhumane treatment.
I want to empathize with those that are being affected by these assaults and violence against them. For women, don't allow yourself to become a victim, because we have so many cases like that. So at the end, you see that this woman has become a victim of that incident. So if you see that this man, the relationship is not giving you what you want, please, you can opt out. There are 1,001 men there that you can relate with, please.
Her comments come in the wake of multiple disturbing cases, like a woman reportedly killed by her husband in Oyorokoto fishing settlement in Andon local government area, another stabbed in the head by a lover, 3 women assaulted during a nightclub altercation, and a teenage girl allegedly burnt with a hot object by her school principal for allegedly stealing 30,000 naira. While investigations are ongoing in some of these cases, others are already in court. Well, I completely agree with the PPRO of the police. Abuse is where the line has to be drawn. These days, there is a redefinition of what we call red flags. There are lots of people who will tell you, even if he or she cheats on me, I will not leave. Well, it's really up to you. But abuse is where I think everyone should draw the line. But while she's onto something, while she makes a solid point, it is not always easy. Not impossible, but difficult. Now, what I have failed to understand, for as long as I've been old enough to start thinking reasonably, is what it is about love that deactivates a major part of your senses. We have seen, heard, experienced, witnessed situations where a relationship is 200% toxic, meaning it's toxic twice. And for some reason, the person in that relationship, who is the victim, does not leave. I remember a few cases when I was in school. Because, the university for a lot of people is where they get into their first romantic relationship. Why? They are away from home. And so that little freedom, you can now have boyfriend and girlfriend. And there were stories here and there, as I'm sure happened in your school, of a boyfriend who used to beat one girl. But somehow, the girl did not leave the relationship. And you very likely know someone in your neighborhood that the husband, every day, partner beats the wife, is physically, emotionally, and every other kind of violent. But not only does she not leave the marriage, she loves him desperately, infinitely, hopelessly. And all it takes for her to take him back is, baby, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. And like Nigerians will say, no be today. I remember my mother's friend. I remember when I was a little boy, my mom had intervened in that relationship to the point where she got tired. Every time the man beats her, that's how she will run. They will take the woman to pastor, take her to doctor. I remember that incident. Guess what? The woman never left. So I don't know what it is about love. I feel like people in love and people that follow politicians, is the same thing that comes over them. There's just something that makes you not see what everyone is seeing. Or maybe you see it, but there's hope for a better day. Well, newsflash, people are dying now. So I agree with Ringe Koko to that degree. But where we must also give a bit of an excuse for these women or these people, because men get abused too, is that it's not that easy to leave. Sometimes this person is their everything, which is why we are advocating for people to acquire skills. A woman who has an employable skill, a marketable skill, and is not dependent 100% on a man for her life and livelihood would find it easier to leave. If you leave the man, where will you go? Sometimes you hear the women say, I'm staying for my children. And it's true. They want to leave, but there's just too much that they've given. There's too much that they can't leave behind. So empowerment is important. But more importantly, and I know I've had this conversation with, I can't remember who the guest was that day. we need to be able to have centers. I think she said the River State government built one under the Wiki administration, where if you go and report violence cases, there's a facility where you can stay. I'm going to try to remember, that facility. Is it still functional? I think she said yes. So these are the things that we need in place, so that while we are telling women, leave the husband, there is a covering. She can get legal backing. She can get accommodation. She can get therapy. Everything required to get her back on her feet is available. But if we just say, leave him, he's toxic, he's abusive, he's after your life, that man doesn't love you, look at who died last week, she would listen, she would understand, but she will not do. Because there's no hope for her. So on that note, please, love with sense is very important. And there is a VAP law, that's a Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. It criminalizes a wide range of gender-based abuses, physical, emotional, psychological, economic, violent, and it provides clear legal backing for victims to seek justice and protection. So what that man is doing to you is not just an offense, it's a crime. There's a law against it. So take notes. Coming up next, we'll be talking about the PDP BOT meeting shifted because the police, for some reason, showed up. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06-416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Please turn off your radio as you call. It is very necessary. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is J.A.J. and I'm calling you from Romigbo right now, right here.
All right, go ahead.
APC saying they want to woo 4 governors from the PDP.
Very important.
Am I right?
That's right.
Which includes our own governor, Fubara. Well, like you rightly said, if they are doing it willingly, that the place is very attractive, and I think there's no force and all those put together, I think it's a good one. If they like to join. They're not like to, everybody just maintain, like Olu maintain. But if it becomes something that you must do, it becomes an issue. But let's see how far they can go. Me, I don't have a problem with any whatever. That said, walking away from an abusive relationship, but what the police PRO talked about, the example she gave, I think, like the one they stabbed somebody on the head, they were not in a relationship. But I also want to say, this our singer, the gospel singer, Otina, she remember her, right?
Yeah.
If she had walked away, maybe she would have still be alive today. There's another case in Lagos where the woman is a banker and the husband, I don't know what happened, where she was stabbed more than 21 times. If she had also walked away, I think some of the societal stigma that goes with such walking away, I think we should make law to criminalize it so that people don't begin to victimize them. He not even stay in husband's house. He not even say, don't come out. He not stay one place. All those things, I think respect and human rights and to be given to those ones too.
Okay.
Additionally and whatever. And in situation where they will tell you don't marry, you not get room for here again. It don't make any sense at all. So for me, if we can do that, then everybody will be free to walk away.
Okay.
Like Greg Davis, I'm walking away. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, JJ. And I'm glad you pointed that out. I agree completely with the stigma part of the conversation. Very quickly, before I take Clinton's call, I was on a Twitter space sometime last year, organized by one of the news media organizations. And they were speaking about the elections, I think. Was it last year or 2 years ago? Not very long ago. And I think at that time, there was a woman who wanted to run for a particular position. Nobody is an illiterate or foolish, but you expect that these people have a certain way that they reason, right? There's a level of intelligence expected from people at that level. And I wish I was making this up. Somebody on that platform said, why should this woman run for office or be given the chance when she cannot keep her marriage? And it's almost as if there was something that went off because a lot of people got angry at the same time, including myself. That is how somebody who is a professional thinks. Now imagine, on a broader scale, the stigma that might hold some people back from just leaving when they should. Clinton from Bori. Hello, Clinton. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Just you said a lot on this issue, on this toxic relationship. Let me know what this is.
What?
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right, A lot of people play a part in this. Religious backing. Some of these people are too religious not to know when to quit. Because of their religion, they have stayed in a very toxic relationship that can even cost them their lives, even the lives of their children. So I think that our religious teachers should try and preach to our people to stay away from this kind of relationship. Again, another thing that plays a part is lack of skill, over dependency on somebody. And this thing shouldn't be for the man, for the woman alone. The men are also abused in the relationship. It's not by beating. There are other things that can do to a man that can make a man to commit suicide. So I think that all these things should be well put out there so people understand. Then on the issue of APC wooing governors, and I just think that anybody could ask. If you look at the trend now, almost all the governors want to join the APC from the south. Why the northerners are doing their own? We are trying to ensure that the APC remains, that the president remains in the south, and we can only achieve that through the southern governors uniting for one common front.
All right, thank you very much, Clinton. Emeka calls from Ilele. Hello, Emeka.
Yes, Tinubu Orako.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please go ahead.
Yes, about the Fubara APC. It is the best thing for him to join.
How so?
Because there is no future in PDP again.
Ha!
PDP is dead and buried in River State. PDP is also dead and buried in National.
Emeka.
Look at what they're doing now. They are not doing like a bus cut in Abuja. They cannot even access their secretariat. The whole governor of that is controlling a party. They cannot access their secretariat. They are gassing them, chasing them like a secondary school children. And they cannot produce any governor. Come 2027, talk more of a president. They should even collapse their structure to either APC or to use this coalition that they are forming. Because they cannot produce any person again. The time is late.
Okay.
They have sold the party to APC. So for our advice for Brazil, he should join the APC and see what he can achieve from there. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. I go from Emeka to Mufasa from Rumokoro. Hello, Mufasa.
Yeah, hi, Sam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The first one that caught my interest is the PDP trying to woo state governors and some other, stakeholders into the party. Well, like you rightly said, there's nothing wrong in doing that. But my major concern is so much attention that has been given to politics, especially as it concerns 2027. Sam, you agree with me that there are a lot of issues plaguing this nation as we speak, especially the issue of insecurity. And if the APC as the ruling party could bring other governors together now and think of how to look for a way to solve this problem that is plaguing this country, don't you think by now we would have gotten a very good result or solution to our problems? But, my brother, they are not interested in that. So for me, Politicians, of course, only the politicians, those who want to move, they are free to move, but they should not forget their primary responsibility, which is to deliver quality leadership to their people. Then I would say that the issue of toxic relationship and the kind of views we get these days, my brother, it's usually very difficult to advise a man or a woman, because for me, this gender-based violence, swings both ways. There are men who are equally going through serious torture in their relationship and marriages.
Yeah.
But as an adult, you should know when to call it quits. You should know when it has become very dangerous for you to be in a place, because it is when you are alive that you can keep and maintain a relationship. Forget about what people will say and all of that. The moment you have seen that this thing is going to end your life, don't wait for anybody to come and advise you. Like myself, I don't advise people because I do not advise you to start the relationship. But as an adult, a full-grown adult, you should know when it's time to call it quits. That's my position on the matter.
Thank you very much, Mufasa. Chima calls from Rumokuta. Hello, Chima. Good afternoon.
Hello. Afternoon, Mr. Oracle.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Oracle, about this toxic something, we want to ask a question. How come our parents, our ancient parents had polygamous family and they stayed together until they died off? Now, the issue here is that now when we talk about relationship, we talk about love. How did God say about love in a marriage or in a matrimonial home? It is the duty of the woman to obey the man. The Bible did not say she should love him. He said, obey him. They obey him in every circumstances. That's what he didn't give any condition like yeah or there. Then he said, in return, it is duty for the man to love. Now, where did we lose it? If you look after they ate the apple and when God began to tell them about punishment, what did he say about the woman? He said, you shall be under your husband for this single act that you have committed. It automatically means that she wasn't meant to be under him. But because she committed that sin by eating whatever thing they said they ate, he said, for this thing, you shall from today henceforth be under him. Now, when we're talking about toxic relationship, everybody does automatically refer to the women. Don't you know psychologically, the men are dying? Let us forget about that one. Maybe I'll talk about the APC, whatever, and PDP. Mr. Oracle, let me tell you something. As it stands now in Rivers State, if you're thinking of wooing somebody to go to APC, it's supposed to be Ezebun 1 week. Don't forget that the governor was in PDP, and Ezebun was delivered APC to Tinubu. So them that are trying to make such a mistake, as we are trying to strengthen now in Rivers State, we are trying to see how we can school the governor to standard. You say you want to woo him, as in like you want to give him an extra power, then you want to cause a problem for us again. Even if the governor of Rivers State goes to APC, just give the criteria for the APC to win the presidential election. The thing lies in the hands of AN Wike.
Hello, Chima. Chima.
Yes, sir.
What exactly do you mean by school the governor to standard?
The governor at point in time begin to go astray from our PDP and the agreement we had with him. So we are schooling him. Schooling is not an insult.
Never said it was. I just needed to clarify. And who's
okay,
we?
Thank you very much.
Who is we in this context? You and who are doing the schooling?
We the PDP, we the ENWK boys, we the ENWK himself.
Okay.
We are plenty. We are legion.
I understand. Thank you very much. Susie from Erema. Hello, Susie.
Yeah, Oracle.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Please go ahead.
I want to say that there is no universal methodology or definition on how to handle relationships. It is relative to everybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry. To that extent, I want to say that it is a man and a woman that will come together in a relationship. Different contexts as regards to bullying of a woman, whether it's your girlfriend or wife, whatsoever, lays out in different relations. And people are having their individual experiences. We are looking at how to curtail these things. I want to take myself as an example. When I was single, that is the way I behaved. Now that I am married, That's the way I'm behaving now. Maybe before I don't used to go to market. But today, I could go to the market for peace to reign to an extent. Not that the woman is sending me on. I will just go and buy those necessary things and come back to the house. And some too, whether I go to the market or not, peace will still reign. It just has to do with two persons understanding themselves. And most of the time, when my wife is angry, I just walk away. And when I call back, I don't ask her to apologize. I first start with the apology and then begin to address the issue to know why this thing will not happen again next time. So people have different ways of attending to issues. I don't know if I'm communicating.
Yes, you
this
are.
This is my own pattern. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much, Susie. I did not respond to what Chima said, obviously, because I didn't want to go down that path. Susie has also said a few things. Now, I can really agree that people run their relationships the way they want to, and it works for them. However, there are lines that should not be crossed. Lines that border on the infringement of a person's right. Lines that directly touch a threat to a person's life. Right? It's like how they say Nigeria is one nation bound in freedom. There is freedom, but you are bound. So, the minute that a person is a victim of abuse, you cannot justify it by saying there's how people do their relationship. Nobody should do their relationship like that. And I'm not speaking against what you've said, Susie. I'm just saying that the culture of, making excuses for certain things, there are places where it does not qualify. It just doesn't work. Because you are infringing on the person's right. And there are laws against that behavior. So, if you're in a relationship now, or you know someone who is, and there is a clear pattern of abuse, that is not a relationship strategy, and it will not be excused away with that's how they do their own. No, that is a crime under the laws that govern this country. It's also a crime against humanity. So please, take note. Douglas from GRA. Is a Ken from Ubimini.
Good afternoon, SOC.
Good afternoon.
SOC, before I was born, I was told that my father married 22 wives.
You were told?
Yes, I was told, but I only saw 13 wives.
You didn't see that? Okay, that's what, because I was wondering how they told you. You didn't see.
He told me. He told me.
Okay.
Based on his historical antecedents.
Why?
As a king, though.
Okay.
But I want to let you know that the government, security agencies, and others are not and should not tell us on how to handle our family affairs. We are the people who have normal senses, mentally fit, psychologically fit, and otherwise to prove the maturity and the necessity to be engaged in marriage. I don't know if you're understanding me. Because when I hear some persons telling us on how to do this, to do that with our wives or our children, it seems people are to come and marry our husbands or our wives for us. I'm talking from my experience by my father. I had never seen my father quarreling with his wife. Other than the ladies are the people quarreling each other. So for me, if you ask me, it is a mindset something. It is the person involved as a husband should know how to handle his wife. In the area of the APC people, SOC, I am not surprised to hear this from the APC party. Even if they want to let the 136 governors to be in the same platform with them, that is their target. They have gotten it, they have seen it, and they have grabbed it. I told you they want to make this country a one-party system state. Thank you very much. Yes, we can.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Your father had multiple wives. He never gave them trouble. If we are to believe that story, obviously it means your dad was not a toxic person. He was not abusive. But the police are well within their rights to give that kind of advice because these are cases that make its way to their table. If they've had to deal with a particular kind of case, if there's a surge in those kinds of cases, yes, they'll give advisory, say, hey, please avoid this. Also because the consequences of that behavior directly connect to their department, which is crime. If the abuse goes on, a person would very likely die. A person would be injured. And well, a person has also broken the law. These are issues that warrant the invitation and the attention of the police. So when police is saying, please, if they beat you, go, so that you will not die and your beater will not become a criminal. Yeah, it's a smart thing to do. After the break, we touch the PDP headline and I'll take your messages. Stay with us.